Hey, so it is just a couple days before Christmas, and I always talk about really this stuff that I talk about sometimes isn't really like fun, I guess. I mean, I try to make my videos as fun as possible, but I talk a lot about the specifics of real estate, different ways to buy real estate, like really good, useful information, or I show houses or neighborhoods. So for this last one of the year, I just wanted to talk about a story that happened recently because I think this can be of interest to everybody, to buyers, sellers, other agents, just people that are interested in real estate and goodness in general. So I am Sharon Mancini. I'm a licensed agent in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and I buy houses for rentals and rehabs. I do all kinds of really creative stuff in the real estate space. So with that being said, I am always looking for houses to buy. If you or anyone that you know has a house to sell, I'm your girl. I do lots of creative things. I also list houses. So if it comes down to that is the best way to sell your house that gives you the most amount of benefits in the shortest amount of time, give me a call and we will figure out a solution for you. So speaking of solutions, this is what I want to talk to you about. So last year I helped someone acquire a horse farm down in Salem County, and she has somebody that is now riding horses with her. This somebody is 12 years old, and she and her mother are driving an hour and a half from central North Jersey down to Salem County to be able to ride. So she gives me a call. She's like, can you help them out? I want to get them down here. This girl is so talented. I want her to ride at my barn. So I'm like, yes, I'm on it. So I call and I talk to the family, and it's a mother and daughter. It's just a small family, mother, daughter, 2 dogs, and a horse named Sugar. So I want to get them down from where they are to where they need to be, which is, with traffic, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so. So my goal is to really help them to move into Gloucester County. So we do a Zoom meeting, and I'm showing her like the different areas of Salem and Gloucester and where do you want to be. This is how close you'll be to the farm. And I just show her a map of South Jersey, and it's helpful, but we schedule a meeting for her to come down and actually see the areas in person. So long story short, we pinpoint Mullica Hill. She loves Mullica Hill. She loves the downtown feel. She already lives in an area where there is a downtown feel in Flemington, New Jersey. And so we are bringing her down here to Mullica Hill. Now her budget is $400,000, and if you know Mullica Hill at all, it's pretty pricey. All right, it's one of the most priciest areas in South Jersey. I actually have it in my video of one of the best places to live in South Jersey. If you want to go and look for that video, or you know what, I'll actually link it in the description. So Mullica Hill is a great town, which it comes at a price. So I'm looking for a house less than $400,000 in an area where most of the houses are at a minimum of 5, and they go up there into like the 800s. So it gets pretty pricey in Mullica Hill. So I'm like, how am I going to find her a house? And on top of it, she has a contingency, so she has a house to sell. So if you know this marketplace at all, it's very, very hard to get a contingency offer accepted. It's like close to impossible. Like you really need to either be a cash buyer or be a conventional buyer with a substantial down payment, no contingency, no house to sell. Whatever it takes to figure that out, you need to figure it out. So I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it. I'm determined. I met her. I met her daughter. I want to help all involved. So I'm like, I'm going to do it. So I go to the Mullica Hill Facebook group, and I post that I have a family moving into Mullica Hill and we need something $400,000 or less. And I got all these laugh emojis, and people were like, oh, good luck, and just really negative, and hope they enjoy doing fixer work and stuff like that. Like just really negative comments. And then a couple days later, I get a phone call, and it's from this woman, and she's like, I have a house in Mullica Hill. We're thinking about putting it up for sale. And I'm like, terrific. Can she see it first? Can this buyer that I'm working with see it first? She's like, yeah, we're just doing some work on it. It's not up for sale yet, but we're just considering it, and we're, trying to figure out what to do. So I was like, wonderful. Let me show it to her, and let's go from there. So I call this buyer that I'm working with, and I'm like, I have a house in Mullica Hill. You have to come and see it. She's like, I can't get down there. I just have too much to do. I'm like, work full time. I have Zoom calls. I have meetings. I just cannot make it down there. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to video it for you. I'm just going to go and do a video tour. So let's go. Let's just make this happen. So I go over there. I see the house. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's like everything that they were looking for. It's a little rancher, a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, full basement, clean, new kitchen, no repairs need to be done on 1 acre of land with a fenced backyard for their dogs. I'm like, this is it. I have to get them this house. So I video it and I take her around. We FaceTime. I take her around this house and she's like, let's do it. Let's just go ahead and put in the offer. So we put in the offer at $380,000. We did do a little bit of negotiation, but we ended up at $380,000. So I was so psyched to be able to get this house for her. So in the midst of all this, and the reason that I'm telling you this, because it's such a feel-good story, because like that's the whole way that it went. But let me just tell you like the benefits to everybody. So in the meantime, this is a for sale by owner house. All right. She is handling her side of the transaction. She is an agent, or a retired agent. So I know she knows what she's doing. I could tell just by our conversations that she knew what she was doing and how to close her side of the transaction. So I have the buyer side. She is representing herself. And we just worked so beautifully together. Like we just really just connected and worked well together. And she was a very reasonable person. And I really just loved working with her. And then I have the buyer, and the buyer's like nervous. She's like, this all needs to come together, because she had a house to sell, remember? All right. That is like so hard to do in this market where everything is just moving so quickly. We just need this to work out. So I'm like, okay, she needs to, 1, sell her house, 2, sell her house at a specific price, 3, get through the appraisal and make sure the house appraises at the specific price, 4, get through the inspection. We have all these things for her to do on the buy side. So she's like, she's a nervous wreck. She's like, I'm afraid that this isn't going to happen. So I just kept reassuring her all the way, like, everything is always working out. It's all always working out, because I believe that wholeheartedly. It's an affirmation that I use all day long. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. And I say it all day long, and it just so happens that everything always works out for me. So I am just so thrilled that like the seller was so great to work with. The buyer, everything worked out for her. Like everything just so perfectly went so smoothly for her. And now we got a mom and her daughter down in Mullica Hill. They just moved in the other day. She called me that night. She's like, we got tired of unpacking, so we went up to Main Street in Mullica Hill. And it's like Stars Hollow, because they are like Gilmore Girls, and they are. It's just the cutest. I'm so happy that they have this great new place to live. I'm so happy that it's such a beautiful story, because it all worked out. So like, it is literally a gift from God that this happened, because these people needed a place to go. They didn't have the budget for Mullica Hill, but we were able to find them a house that worked perfectly. The seller got their house sold. They worked very well with me, and it's just such a great story for everyone. So I'm so thrilled to have been a part of this. This is what I live for. This is what I do, and this is why I do it all. So I love helping people. And it's funny, because typically I help sellers. So I talk a lot about sellers. Usually I'm on the seller side of things, where I'm connecting with them. I'm finding out a solution for them. I'm offering multiple solutions to them, because not everybody needs to list their house. A lot of times people will come to me and they think right away that they need to list their house, but there are other ways to sell it that may make more sense. So I'm typically talking to sellers, but in this circumstance, it was a buyer, and I usually just work with buyers when I'm selling their house. So that's the way that the process usually goes, but in this circumstance, I had the buyer side of things, and I am so grateful for my incredible coaches that have helped me through all of these years to learn all these different ways that I buy and sell real estate, and now I'm able to serve the public at the highest level and teach them also that there are multiple solutions to any real estate problem. So I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you enjoy the holidays. It's very close to Christmas right now. So this will be the last video of the year that I'm doing. And then we have a lot more coming in. I'm so excited for 2024 because I just have so much in the works, like so many great things, like not just in real estate, but personally and with my charity work, like that's just expanding, and I'm just so thrilled to just have all this. So thank you so much for being a part of my channel. Like, I'm just so thrilled that you're here, that you watch my videos. It means so much to me, and it helps my channel too, you just watching this. And if you like it, it's even better. So like my videos and comment on my videos and share my channel for anybody that wants really great real estate advice. I'm mainly in South Jersey. I do business nationwide, so I'm looking for people that have houses to sell nationwide and specifically here in South Jersey. So have a great holiday season, and I'm so excited for everything that's coming up in 2024. Thank you.